Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Vasily, and in this video I'm going to present my solution for the assignment number 3 for the course COM 1406. So first of all, I'm going to run my application so you can see that everything works properly. And so once I run the application, you can see that all of the layout elements were preserved from the answer code for the tutorial number 5. And so importantly, at the bottom here, you can see in the console area, we have a message, the greeting message saying hello Vasily with my name. And it's also asked us to select one of the 3 word puzzles in the menu word puzzle. And so here, as you can see, if you press on the refresh button, the greeting message will disappear. And so now if we go to the word puzzle, and so if I press on one of those puzzles, so let's say on the puzzle number 1, now we have some of the draggable words that appear on the screen, and we're also going to have some of set of the instructions for this puzzle. Specifically, it says that our task is to place the words in the proper sequence so that they form grammatically correct sentence that makes sense. And so now I'm just going to quickly solve this puzzle so you can see that everything works properly, and then you're going to have some fun with the puzzles 2 and 3. So now you can see that if I select multiple words with the bounding box, I can move them around, and then I can put them anywhere I want. And so additionally, as you can see that also if I place the words on the different sentences, once I press on the refresh button, it's going to give me all of these words, and you can see that they all going to appear on the separate lines rather than on a single rather than as a single string. And so now if I drag these words, I believe that the answer here is that I'm a poet and I am aware of it. And so I'm just going to quickly solve that so you can see that we're going to get a greeting, we're going to get a congratulations message once we correctly solve this puzzle. All right, and so you see once this happens, which says that congratulations, you have solved this puzzle. You can also see that even though these words are not perfectly positioned on lines, it still recognizes them, and therefore it says that congratulations, you have solved this puzzle. And so if you press on the refresh button, now we're going to have our sentence, and so we can copy that and we can paste it anywhere we want. All right, and so once this is done, let me just quickly show the rest of the puzzle. So in the puzzle 2, you can see here we have more hints and we have some instructions. And so in this puzzle, the user is asked to write a limerick. And here you can see that again, as I said, we have 4 hints that will help the user to do that. And additionally, we're also going to have a puzzle 3 where the user is asked to reconstruct a piece of lyrics from the famous song by the Michael Jackson. And again, we're going to have some hints that will help the user to solve this puzzle. And so now once we're done with that, now let's go back to the IntelliJ. So here I'm going to show a few design decisions that I made. So first of all, let's go to the bounding box class. So here, as you can see in this class, we're going to have some attributes which specify the top left X and Y positions of the bounding box, and then also specify the width and height of the bounding box. Additionally, at the bottom, you can see that we have a method which is going to create a rectangular representation of the box. And so this will be necessary to check whatever the points that lie on the actual draggable word, wherever they fall within the box created by the bounding box. And so now if I go to the draggable word class, you can see here that we're going to have a method which is called the overlaps with box, which is going to take our box shape as an argument, and therefore it's going to check whatever the box contains, any of the points that lie on the box. You remember like the yellow box that covers the draggable word that shows that the word has been highlighted. And so it's going to check whatever any of the points that lie on this box covering the draggable word, whatever they fall within the box that was created by the bounding box and when we were dragging it and selecting some words. All right, and so now let me go to the application main, and so I'm going to show you how I solve the sentence requirement. So first of all, you can see that we have an array list of the sentences, which is going to store 6 different strings that correspond to the every sentence formed by the user on the page lines. And so if I go at the bottom here, we're going to see that we're going to have some methods that are going to help us to do that. And so the first method here is called the add words to sentences. And so what this method is going to do is going to take the page lines, and it's also going to take the draggable words. And so therefore what it's going to do, it's going to check whatever, it's going to create 6 different array lists that contain the draggable words that basically that store the draggable words which are located on the sentence from sentence 0 to sentence 5 on the page lines. And so then what they're going to check is that they're going to check whatever the location Y of the word is within the certain page lines, and once it has determined the page line that the word is located on, it's going to add this word to the specific sentence. And additionally, it's also going to, once it's done that, it's going to invoke the method which is called sorting based on X on the sentence with the draggable words. And so what this method does is that it takes it looks at the X locations of each word, and therefore it sorts the words based on their X location using the algorithm, which is similar to the selection sort algorithm. And once this is done, it's also going to take all of the sentences with the draggable words, and it's going to convert them to string by invoking another method. You can see here that the method called convert to string, which takes the sentence with the draggable words, and once this is done, it's going to take all of the strings and add them to the final array list with the sentences formed by the user. All right, and now let's look at the puzzle class. So here, as you can see, I've added 2 additional attributes. So now the hash code value is going to be stored as a separate variable, and so therefore, in one case, in this case, you can see that we have a constructor that only takes a puzzle string, and so therefore this constructor is going to be used to construct the puzzle object corresponding to the sentences formed by the user. And so here, as you can see, in this case, the hash code value for this puzzle object is going to be the same. It's going to be the value that is returned by the hash code method, which was preserved from the tutorial number 5. Here, as you can see, here's this hash code method. And on the other hand, we're also going to have another constructor which is going to be used to make the puzzles which are provided by the application. And so in this case, you can see that now the hash code value is actually going to be provided as an integer, and so therefore the actual hash code value corresponding to this puzzle string is going to be different from the hash code value which is stored in the object itself. And this is done in order to then compare whatever the user has correctly solved the puzzle by comparing the hash codes of the puzzle object made by the user, so made by the program, and the hash code of the puzzle which was already stored in the program. And so here, as you can see, we have our equals method, which is going to, rather than checking the equality of the 2 puzzle strings, it's then going to check whatever the hash code, the hash code variable for each puzzle object are the same. And so I hope this explains how I solved assignment number 3. Thank you for your attention, and bye for now.